Our Rottweiler Hugo has done some crazy things in his life so far. And believe me when I say crazy, he once killed a rat and brought it to our bedroom. He once jumped into someone else's car. He stole a large pepperoni pizza and ate it all by himself. He dry humped a Labrador's face. He stole our neighbor's basketball. He bullied a toddler this one time. He ate a mosquito coil. He broke his protective collar after surgery and opened up his stitches. And I'm not gonna lie, this list is endless, guys. And we always found that people love to hear the stories of the things he does. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's me, Bunny from Everything Dogs, and we are calling this new series Doggo Diaries. We plan to do many videos focusing on a different dog each time. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and don't miss out on any new content. Please also make sure to follow us on Instagram, where we post fun content every day. With that said, let's jump into this. For those of you who don't know who Hugo is, he is our 8-year-old Rottweiler who's been with us since 2013. He was about 45 days old when we got him, and he is pretty much grown up in front of our eyes. If you are watching this and wondering, wait, aren't Rottweilers supposed to be like really aggressive and dangerous? They're really not. They can be very protective and need strong leadership, but can be groomed into great family pets. I've actually spoken about this in great depth in one of my other videos, so make sure to give that a watch. The link should be right here for you guys. On to story number 1. The curtain that wasn't meant to be. Most of the story is in the title, but let me break it down for you guys. We had just put up a new curtain in our bedroom and we had to step out for a bit. We're not exactly sure how things went down, but when we came back, the curtain was ripped at the bottom and we couldn't find the missing piece. You can actually see the ripped curtain in the background of this picture. We just figured that Hugo took it to some corner of the house and ripped it to pieces like he normally does with things that he finds. And so we just went about the rest of our day. Little did we know that our Hugo boy completely consumed that piece of curtain. Not even kidding, guys. At that point, we had no idea. And so on his poop walk the next day, we saw him take the most confusing poop of his life. It caught my attention because he was really struggling to go potty. And when I took a closer look, I couldn't believe what I saw. If you have a weak stomach, maybe skip over the next 10 seconds or so. But this is how I would describe it. There was a piece of poop that was stuck at the bottom end of the curtain, and the rest of the curtain was inside Hugo's bum. And Hugo was freaking out completely, you guys, because the suspended piece of poo kept touching his hind legs, and he had no idea what it was. He was just running in circles with the curtain sticking out of his bum and the turd attached to the end of it. And so I had to do the unthinkable. I whipped out my gloves and literally pulled out that piece of curtain from his bum. And lo and behold, the mystery of the disappearing curtain was finally solved. Once the curtain was out, Hugo wasn't too concerned and just went about this day as usual. But it left a mark on us and gave us quite a story to talk about. Story number 2. I decided to call this one No One Disrespects Mom, and hopefully you guys will see why. Before moving to Bangalore, we used to live in Kochi, which is my hometown. And not everyone in Kochi are as accepting of Rottweilers. In particular, there was a tea shop vendor outside our home who on more than one occasion was very vocal about his opinion. This one time when I was walking Hugo outside our home, he started yelling at us, saying absurd things like such dogs are not supposed to be walked and kept at home. He felt that we were being irresponsible just by having a Rottweiler, even though we weren't near him and Hugo was on a leash. I tried to not pay too much attention to him, but Hugo took it a bit personally. He immediately became very protective because of how the man was yelling, but I tried to calm him down and brought him back home and just forgot about the incident altogether. A few weeks later, however, we forgot to close our front door one Saturday morning, and it took us a while to realize that our Hugo boy stepped out to have a little adventure. And you guessed it, that tea shop was on top of Hugo's list of the places to visit. Now, Now, by the time we even realized what had happened, Hugo was already on his way back home. And as he turned the corner into our street, he had the most satisfied look on his face, trotting like he just achieved something great. And not to mention, a whole lot of milk around his mouth. And so, when we inquired with the people around on what exactly happened, we were told that he went straight to that tea shop, and while that man was able to run away, thank God, Hugo jumped on top of the counter of his stall and toppled a huge can of milk and drank most of it. We had to face repercussions, to say the least. And we even offered to pay for the lost milk, but the man was pretty upset. But I don't blame him. He probably had quite the scare when he saw Hugo approaching him. And I think, all things considered, he might think twice before disrespecting a Rottweiler again. It was hard to be upset with Hugo, but we did have a talk with him about going out without us. Moving on now to story number 3. This one is probably on us for leaving Hugo alone in a garden, but I'll let you guys decide. We were invited for an event and Hugo had to be left alone for a few hours. So we decided to leave him at our in-laws' home instead of ours because they had a nice garden outside. Past tense. And we had a really long leash that allowed him to pretty much explore the whole garden but not leave the compound. And we felt he would have a nice time running around, sleeping on the grass, typical dog stuff. On our way back home, however, it started to rain and we were really concerned that Hugo's going to get wet and he's going to be cold and scared, and so we rushed home really worried. When we reached though, at first we thought we were at the wrong house because we couldn't recognize the garden anymore. Right in the center of the nice lush garden was a huge brown muddy patch, and in the center of this patch was a huge brown muddy dog. Hugo looked like he really enjoyed the rain and rolled around in the grass so much that the garden was wrecked. We obviously couldn't put him in the car in this state, so we had to give him a quick wash, and this is what the washroom looked like once we were done. We were relieved that the damage was restricted to outdoors, and as far as my in-laws go, they forgave us and they still love us. They still love us, right? Apart from these 3 stories, Hugo has done a lot more, guys, and we simply cannot cover all of them in a single video. But we still love him, and like I always say, he's just a giant goofball looking for attention and love. That's pretty much what I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the video and had a good laugh, and if you did, please make sure to hit that like button. If you guys have met Hugo and had a funny experience of your own, then please let me know in the comments down below. If you're not sure what to watch next, maybe check out one of these videos that will show up on your screen shortly. As always, make sure to smash that subscribe button, share this video with your friends, follow us on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in the next one.